Today we're going to focus on illness and contingency planning.
To what extent has your illness forced you to switch gears?
How many times have you had to alter your goals and plan for something else?
We've experienced many incidences of having to formulate Plan Bs, Plan Cs, Plan Ds.
In the following video, we discuss contingency planning within the context of chronic illness. Most of us define ourselves by where we work, what we do for a living, the activities we enjoy, and the people we socialise with. However, many of us must miss out on these aspects of our life when suffering from ill health. Time is taken off work, hobbies are put on the back burner, and social arrangements get cancelled when the ability to function is so badly compromised.
When this is the case, our emotional well-being is also likely to suffer. We begin to lose our sense of meaning and purpose. We feel like we've lost all sense of control. We start telling ourselves that we're not capable anymore, and this may lead us to not feeling like ourselves, which can be very disempowering and depressing. However, this doesn't have to be inevitable. There are realistic and practical steps which you can take which will allow you to, at the very least, stay connected with the parts of life which make you who you are.
Forming contingency plans is a very effective method which allows you to accommodate your illness without having to miss out on every aspect of your life. Basically involves formulating backup options when illness prevents you from doing what was originally planned.
One effective way of contingency planning is to create alternative options. You can use this approach to plan ahead for those times when you're not up for the day's activity. With illness, you may not be able to live life exactly as you've planned. However, having alternatives will mean that you don't have to miss out entirely. Contingency planning can be used in many areas of your life, including work, fitness, social life, daily chores, and travel. Examples include the following.
First of all, there's work. Returning to work after having time off to recuperate is not always a seamless transition. There may be a variety of factors which affect your capacity to work. Formulating options to manage your workday can showcase your commitment levels to your employer. It may also open the door to further flexible working options. However, if you're no longer able to stay with the same employer, it may require you becoming aware of other flexible working opportunities.
Next is fitness. Now, fitness goals vary greatly from person to person, even without factoring in managing a chronic illness. It's important to come up with realistic goals, especially when managing a long-term medical condition. For example, if you've originally set a goal to run a 10K by next year, a contingency option may include aiming to walk a 3K instead. Pushing the original goal back to a later date is another option. Small wins which boost mental health are easy to fit into fitness, especially if you're willing to be realistic about what you can and can't do.
Then there's social life. Parties are fun to attend but are also a lot of work to plan. Perhaps you want to throw a bash to celebrate your next birthday, but you're not having the strength or the energy required for it. A contingency plan might be delaying the date to allow your health to improve, or hosting a much smaller gathering, or even an online one.
Next are chores. It always seems that the chores pile up when we're not feeling at our best. They're the first thing we notice when we fall behind ourselves. Most of us cook, clean, and go shopping. However, obtaining help from close friends or family members would be one option to consider. Having your groceries delivered and a cleaner coming in occasionally is an alternative one. Be sure to speak to your doctors, as they may be able to provide you information about support services within your community, especially if you don't have anyone close to you.
And our final example is travel. Depending on how well you're able to manage your illness, it may mean having to postpone travel plans for a later date, or alternatively replace them with other arrangements which are closer to home. Once again, contingency planning rarely involves the best case scenario, but it does also provide the following benefits.
Number one is optimism. Knowing that you still have alternative options can give you other things to look forward to.
Number two, there's purpose. Having more realistic and manageable activities to take part in will keep you engaged with life and give you a reason to wake up in the morning still.
Number three is adaptability. Letting go of original attachments and developing the ability to find alternative options will help you become more flexible and adaptable to future challenges.
Number four is control. So choosing not to give up your plans altogether and formulating viable alternatives will reaffirm that you still have some control over aspects of your life.
And number five is self-esteem. Remaining somewhat active, maintaining purpose, and re-establishing control in your life will improve the way you view yourself.
We hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Did you like the ideas? Do you have any ideas of your own? Is there anything different which you would like to see us cover?
If you like what you've heard, we ask you to support this channel by clicking the thumbs up on this video and hitting the subscribe button. Please also use the share button to pass this information around to anyone who may benefit from it.
Check out the written blog version of this video by clicking the link below and visiting our website. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter under Empower Illness Coaching.